Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to another edition of our Beyond Boundaries interviews for a report, where we're exploring what insurers are up to, how they're solving this evolving risk landscape, organising themselves and innovating along the way. So today, to help me explore that, I'm back at Chaucer and I'm joined by the one and only Iryna. And I think we're really going to specifically look at kind of partnership activity within innovation. I mean, it's going to touch on innovation inevitably, but it's a pretty core strength that I think is built out in the business. So we're going to have a chat about that. But why don't we start with the introduction? And Iryna, could you tell us a bit about yourself?
Oh my gosh.
Your role, what you do, how you came here?
I haven't prepared this part. So I'm Iryna and I'm a Senior Innovation Underwriter at Chaucer. I've joined the company 9-10 months ago from Lloyd's Lab, and I've been working in insurance innovation for about 8 years now, which has been a very interesting journey. I've, as everyone says, never seen my career ending up in insurance, but I feel like I've been always directionally correct in terms of how I saw how it evolves. And I do find it really fascinating. There are just a lot of elements of very intellectually challenging problems that we are all collectively trying to solve. And here, especially at Chaucer, it's a very new class of jobs. There are very few innovation underwriters in the market, and feel pretty privileged and pretty lucky to be one of few people who hold this position. In practice, it means developing new products. We do have a set of objectives as a team, which I will mention briefly as we keep talking. But yeah, it's all about exploring new emerging risk landscape and experimenting with it via new product creation.
Fantastic. Sounds busy.
Yes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So why don't we start at the beginning and of that sort of process? What do you look for as Chaucer in an insurtech or a technology provider working in the insurance space?
I think perhaps for a global audience, it feels to me we define insurtechs quite differently, and there is a certain evolution around innovation in London market and globally, and where it sits within different teams, and where we see sort of the formidable partnerships with this space. As mentioned at Chaucer, our objective is one of the objectives is testing future profit pools.
Yep.
And this is done via product exploration and then ultimate new product creation as we operate in the regulatory market. There is no true exploration, shall I say, to really test your market, you still need to actually create a pretty full-fledged product with in partnership or not to launch it. So that means for us that innovation is a sort of an insurance product creation journey.
Yep. And
which in its own regard sets a list of criteria that the company, insurtech or a startup or an MGA have to meet in order for us to be interested in them. And some of them are more generic, some of them are just purely, things which strategically matter to us as an insurance carrier. So, so with that in mind, we are less interested in service providers, just for the sake of, as a team, not as a company. And any company that kind of has an interesting data or technology or access to customer, to the market, can be an interesting partner for us.
Yeah.
If we can translate it into the insurance product around an insurable interest, which has to be there. And I think a lot of the time when we meet with the companies which are not insurance natives, which is very common,
Yep.
kind of this concept of insurable interest gets forgotten, and what matters for us, because that what makes it possible for us to create a eligible insurance product. Things that matter. So we have a set of triage criteria that we are looking at. First is, as mentioned, strategic fit. So it's certain themes which are adjacent to what Chaucer does as a business. Some of the, we do have products which are less, less radical in the offering of what they're proposing, and can work with an existing underwriting products or teams. And then there are truly new areas like AI liability or carbon credits or trade secrets. So something which is adjacent to core lines of business, and some things which are truly new. And there are some of them, from energy transition to AI liability, as mentioned, which are within our appetite. But we will mostly look at anything, because we do think that there are things that we just don't know, and we do, it's a part of our day job to look at any sort of the things that can actually get access or unlock the new market. So in terms of the themes, it's pretty broad. In terms of the, but still within the strategy, and in terms of the characteristics of the insurtech or a startup. Always we are looking for a very strong team skill set. It doesn't have to be insurance driven, because that's what the partnership is about. We bring the insurance expertise and capabilities, and the company really, the insurtech needs to demonstrate that they truly understand the problem of the customer that they are trying to cater to. And you if you don't spend time with the people, with the companies that you're trying to create the product for or service, it's impossible. So this expertise in the area that you're trying to address is critical. Secondly, it is an interesting data set or technology, and by interesting, I guess what I mean, it's useful. It's something which will allow you to build the understanding of the new risk areas. A good example is going to be partnership with Armila and AI liability, and there's such a new technology area, right? And we talk about technology in such broad sense, and there are already pockets of different technology which behave differently, which means that they will create an absolutely new landscape of risks around themselves and use cases. So seeing the understanding of these new emerging areas of risk, or not risk yet, but a company that has a data or has a tag to really capture that. It's really important. So strategic fit, teams, unique data or technology, and then access to a new customer segment market, and truly intimately understanding it. So and again, something which can be converted into underwriting, because at Chaucer, innovation is about new insurance products and underwriting.
So you're looking at that right at the start.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the flip side of it? What is it that means you can't work with them, or the fit isn't right? Is it? And is that always? It sounds like you've got a process in the triaging. What about the the intangibles that might exist as well?
Yeah, I think perhaps not the things which come, I guess, just building and creating something new in partnership or standalone. It's just a very nuanced and complex, and a lot of the time unpredictable process. So it can't be very transactional. You should have this. You should not have this and that. But things which we would love startups understand and preempt, and it can be a little bit frustrating when it's not in place. It's lack of appreciation of the timeline. I know that there are a lot of frustrations on the other side, saying that the industry is too slow, we don't do things fast enough, and everyone is complaining about red tape and regulatory requirements, etc. But I feel that we've been talking about these constraints for so many years; they're not going away. It's just the reality of the things, and Perhaps startups, on the other hand, just have to communicate this honestly to their customers or to their investors and trying to allocate capital or plan their expenditures based on longer sales cycles and sort of appreciation that things take time, not because people are lazy or people are not interested enough. It's just the reality of the things. It's just the complexity of the value chain in this industry just creates this time requirement which is higher than what people hope for. So
well, probably more than you'd like as well, right? If you're trying to get new products to the market, if something's really strong.
Yeah, it's frustrating for everyone, and it's kind of things you want but can't change, and we're long overdue. Just don't spend time complaining about it and working in the way that gives takes into factors in that it takes more time. Another thing which we probably don't see enough in the companies is hiring at the right time underwriting expertise.
Okay.
Given, again, bringing back my point that we are building insurance products, and we don't expect from a partner to be insurance fluent and understanding how the industry of products work. That's what we are here. But at some point, if you want to be a partner, be it a distribution and underwriting, it's just a very certain way of thinking and practices that are kind of very specific and unique to underwriting and to what underwriters do. So kind of not bringing this expertise timely can just delay the success of product traction. So this is another thing that we can't recommend and emphasize enough to companies to do on time once the products are live or just before that. And what else? I think these two things are pretty important. And then, I guess we cannot build an insurance product around something which is just a pitch deck. So
what?
Sure.
Plot twist.
I know. So when we talk about early stage insurance products,
and is that what you're mainly looking at? Is it, or is there a tendency for it to be earlier stage that you end up looking at?
That's a good question, and the answer is kind of everything. But I think that for the way how I think about insurance products being relatively new as compared to not relatively new, but it's as compared to some people who spend their entire careers in this industry. So the insurance products are getting built around markets that have already materialized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you see sort of customers transacting around certain products or services, this is when insurance products can be built successfully, because then you have more tangible risks and you have people who are at loss, people or companies, or who are benefiting from something or not benefiting from something. So I think you need the reality of the world to materialize before insurance can be useful as an offering. And if you're just building the offering for the problem, which is not just purely insurance, and it's just an idea and the pitch deck, there is no way you can create an insurance product around it. So I feel that inevitably all the companies that come to the stage of creating an insurance offering around what they do, albeit being quite new for us or being quite early stage as what we see, as how we would see them insurance ready, or from the insurance ready point of view, they will be probably much more mature than just, I don't know, an idea seed stage in the real world. Does it make sense? Does it
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is all your experience of doing this stuff as well. So there's no wrong answer on that front. But I can recognise it, and we've heard similar things from others through these interviews as well. So it makes total sense.
Yeah.
What about from on the practical side? Because this feels it definitely feels like there's the kind of the commercialization bit. It's really focused on that. It's not secret recipe time, but it's you know what helps a relationship to be effective as you're trying to bring someone into the business.
So first of all, as mentioned before, Chaucer is very unique in the way how they cherish innovation and how they recognize this as a practice which is beneficial for the business strategically. The reason why I'm saying that is because, of course, you can compare yourself to the wider market, but not only insurance.
Sure.
It's really unique how everyone is on board and switched on in the way what we do, and it's not ideal, and it hasn't been always like that. And of course, there are certain things that had to happen for it to be at this stage right now. But it's truly, truly unique, and we're pretty privileged that you don't have to explain time and time again why you're doing what you're doing. But there is a reason why it works this way, and I think first of all is that the process which has been established is incredibly efficient, and we are quite a small team of 3 people, but when we see the opportunity which we would like to work on and co-create something or create something, we are capable to bring in up to 20 people from different parts of the business, from different skill set, and this is kind of our innovation squad which participates in this product creation process. So I think this is very unique, and this is our USP as an innovation team. So I think this is kind of one part of the formula of success.
And I assume then the backing of the business at a senior level enables all of that to happen.
100%.
Yeah, okay.
If like for innovation to be successful within the corporate entity, it's always top down.
Yeah.
I think without leadership buy-in and leadership support, you basically
it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And you can try and do stuff, but a big organization, big corporate, is just so. It's such a complex organism. You have to have this unified message coming from a certain point of authority for people to to honor it and to set aside some time to do that. And that's why, I don't know, Google says to people, you can dedicate 10% of your time weekly to do like your pet project, and that's there are different ways how you can encourage people to innovate. So so internally it's a very good, effective process. It's leadership support. It's the ability to tell your story as well, and having the ability to demonstrate what you learn from what you do, even if it doesn't work commercially.
And is that communicating that just through the course of the project with the wider business? Is that, and how do you do that?
So,
is it newsletters? Is it standing up and sharing stuff with the business, or is it, I don't know, you've got your champions and you're feeding stuff out?
Yeah. So currently it is more formal channel of communication, and we are connected to the underwriting teams. We collaborate on certain products. So you have already people who are very well on board of what you do. There are of course plug-ins at the all company comms and our own internal events. So it's truly a combination, but you have to constantly be the ambassador of yourself and of the work that you do. It's a delicate balance without because you cannot be too self-absorbed and glorifying without showing that what you do is actually useful for the business. So the humility is advised, but the ability to tell a story why you're doing what you're doing is very important, and it's important not for some esoteric intangible purposes. It's just because innovation is hard to define in commercial terms. I think it's very easy to build the use case to do something in terms of numbers. And if you don't have sort of like numbers at hand, it doesn't mean that it's not useful. Sometimes they say the most important things are the least urgent. It's just because they're not kind of burning in front of you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that you don't have to think about them. So, so there are things in terms of company setup, and I believe Chaucer has been very, very good at that. In terms of what needs to happen in this partnership, and we discussed already kind of the elements of the startup. So I think that's very important, because if the company approaches our innovation team, we know exactly what to do, and sort of the tires kick off internally. Yeah. And we can get pretty quickly to what we call fast no. But then there is if we really, really like something, there is a innovation process, innovation capabilities, the team that only specifically focus on doing this. And it's a full-fledged insurance activity. So, if you don't know as a company anything about building an insurance product, which is not just, software as a service, bunch of code. don't quote me on that.
Those CTOs keep turning in the grave.
Yeah, it's, there are so many insurance specific part of the product development, which is onboarding and process with claims and risk management and capital planning, etc., which are all need to go in when you develop something. So all of these things and all of these capabilities are at hand for innovation team to bring in during the process, and it's pretty phenomenal. And I think that's kind of a part of makes us successful in doing what we are doing. And success can be many things, but
also gives you the latitude to try new things and do more of them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How about what's exciting moving forwards? Because it sounds like you've got a kind of, the machine's pretty well oiled. It's working.
Yeah.
I know you guys are busy.
Yeah.
What about the next thing? And this could be like pet project, or it could be, aligned to the needs of the business, or
perhaps less project centric. And as the industry matures, there are fewer truly new product categories that we see emerge, and there are repurposing of the old lines, different packaging, consolidation of old and new in terms of coverage areas, that less so truly new product categories. I think what I'm excited about is more about how we do things rather than what. I'm a big what is the opposite of supporter?
Detractor, or a hater.
No,
let's get more aggressive.
I don't like. I think it's more. If I would summarize it, it would be less talking, more doing.
Okay. Yeah.
I think we collectively have spent a lot of the time generating discourse, trying as an industry to understand what innovation is for us and why it matters, and by this articulation and verbalization kind of help ourselves and our businesses to embrace it as a trend and as something which we see as very useful and valuable to do. And I think we passed this stage in explaining to the world that what we do is useful and needed. I think it's more about, as you said, doing something which is strategically useful, which can be perhaps sometimes less theatrical, less radical, but still it's, in the end of the day, it's about finding new customer problems and trying to create products that address them. And I think that's kind of where the full focus is going to be in the next few years. And another metaphor, which I like when I think about innovation, is, and it's kind of like subwave, I would say, is the metaphor of pirates and captains. And if you have an inhabitable island and, you know, a bunch of pirates comes in and do the stuff that they do to like sort of like set up the first civilization, it's a very different skill set that you need to kind of like lead and manage the infrastructure and the development to bring something to full flourishing.
Okay.
And I kind of feel that innovation in this stage of starting to have it captains and captaining versus pirating.
There's less undiscovered or uncharted waters now. It's
a
bit more established.
Oh, thank you for putting it into civilized words.
I like the pirate metaphor better. I just wanted to make sure that I'd understood it.
Yeah, that's what it is. I think it's understanding what we are good at, what we are interested in doing.
Yeah.
And I see it amongst peers as well. You know, people they won't go after any opportunities because there will be nothing internally to support it, and you will be like, you won't be doing just something for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it's almost more damaging, we've seen, to do if it's not going anywhere.
Yeah. So much more maturity, much more focus, more captaining, more doing, and
I don't know, but being a pirate sounds quite fun sometimes.
Gosh,
so maybe do you think there needs to be a balance, or?
There should be a balance. It's still about innovation is still not a business as usual.
Sure, yeah.
And a lot of people who work in innovation also have very distinctive sets of personal traits. So, in a good way.
Yeah.
The balance should be, because you should be quite curious and have a certain risk appetite, in a more generic sense, not just insurance sense. As a team, as a business, you want to have a mandate to go and explore stuff, which is very piratey activity.
More pirates.
More pirates, yeah.
Balanced.
Both are needed. But now we started to have our first generation of captains in innovation.
Yeah, but I also hear you on there just getting on with stuff. And, I guess there's got to be a bit of a balance in all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
As always.
Wonderful. Bring it back to Sønr.
Yes.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so
I really
much for
appreciate it.
me.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.
See you in Vegas.